Well, the headlines before Hearts versus Hamilton were all about Craig Levine's thoughts on a certain Michael Stewart. Hearts looking for their first win in 5 games. Hamilton 5 matches undefeated, the match delayed by 15 minutes due to a faulty fire alarm. It would be a dramatic afternoon.
Back-to-back draws at Tynecastle for Hearts. Craig Levine makes 2 changes in the 0-0 against Ross County. Boabin and Suter replace Hughes and Cochrane. Aki's unbeaten in 5 matches, send out the same starting 11 that took a point from Hibs at home. They're looking for the first point at Tynecastle since season 79-80. Boabin shrugs off Docherty. Well, Emery will pick that one up. Brandon trailing. Emery takes it past him, goes down. It'll be a yellow card for the Hearts fullback. Felt convinced he had to make the challenge. Dougie Emery using his experience to nip the ball away. Temple with the free kick. Smith gets it away. Milinkovic couldn't get there. Templeton again. Good run from Templeton. Chance for Thomas. Make break for McKinnon. And away by Gonsalves. Great ball across. Shooter's touch was vital. McKinnon saw his effort blocked. Brandon was going to try and get that. Rojano's gone down, and it's going to be a second yellow and a red. The youngster has backed into him, and it's Hearts' 3rd red card of the season, the first for Jamie Brandon. Well, the Argentinian went down. The arm came across his face. It's a certain yellow, potentially a red. And Danny McKinnon, for his involvement after the incident, gets yellow carded. Well, decision time for Craig Levine and Austin McPhee. Docherty away from Gonsalves. Smith with a block. Skondras, good play from Skondras into the middle. Templeton with a header. McLaughlin saw all the way, the former Hearts man. 4 goals and 14 this season for Aki's. Walker, the recipient, gets past Series. Skondras is there, backing up his countryman. Here's Templeton. Templeton against Berra. Templeton tries the effort. It was always curling away, but good effort again from David Templeton, who's enjoying the return to Tynecastle in Aki's colours. Well, Lewis Moore on the start of the second half, and he's fouled by Scott McMahon. And that will bring a free kick Hearts' way. And set plays, you'll feel in the second half will be vital for Hearts. Little argument was a free kick. So it's going to be Walker against Woods. Jamie Walker! Sumptuous! An unstoppable free kick into the top corner. And Hearts lead 2 minutes into the second half. The goalkeeper flew across the goal in vein, and Jamie Walker puts Hearts ahead. Well, 2 Aki's players go down, McMahon goes down, Templeton goes down, Suter, I think he'll get yellow carded for that. The hand seemed to come across him. It's been a difficult afternoon already for Bobby Madden, and there was enough of a touch there. Emery. It's going to be played forward by McMahon. Breaks for McKinnon. McLaughlin with a save. Cerise is offside, that's why he stopped. Danny McKinnon looking for his 3rd of the season. Reacted well, but it's a good stop by the goalkeeper. Pushed it out in the danger area. Well, Craig Levine and Bobby Madden. Well, it's a Mexican standoff. Bobby Madden goes across to Craig Levine. And Craig Levine, well, that'll get him in trouble. Well, the 2 men just stood, one wanting the other to come to them. And Craig Levine is off. Walker. He wants that out of play. McKinnon knows that. McKinnon yells at him. Wants to McPhee trying to hide the ball. Oh no, this could be a problem. Both benches coming together, McKinnon and McPhee. McKinnon gets himself back on the field. Referee tells him to get across. Edinburgh's finest are involved as well. Christophe Berra is there. Skondras. Cerise is in. Everybody's there. Referee trying to drag people away. Trying to get Cerise away. The police telling him to go. Here's Paul Gallagher, the Hearts goalkeeping coach, being held by the hood. Well, temperatures have soared at Tynecastle. 4th official consulted, and Austin McPhee is sent off. Well, he was time wasting for sure. Came forward and grabbed the ball. That sparked the confrontation. Darian McKinnon goes unpunished for this, and that will spark debate. Martin Canning came in as well, fourth official in quickly, and they'll keep each other company for the remainder of the game. That looked a hopeful ball, but it might work. Back onto Templeton. Templeton off the post. Rogano. What a save from John McLaughlin. It looked like Aki's had the equaliser, not once but twice. Off the post it came. Rogano played it in. The reaction stopped. Fabulous. Templeton's corner. Thomas. 1-1. Aki's get the goal they've been pushing for, and it's the first Aki's goal for Javier Thomas. His 18th appearance today. The glancing header was clever, and McLaughlin had no chance. Well, they'll keep each other company too on their trip to Hampden, as Hearts have switched off. Redmond sends it in deep. Thomas, good save. Rogano almost in there. It was Suter who got it away. Sarri's back in, and Hearts will gather off Lafferty's header. Well, it's been a hectic afternoon at Tynecastle. That was nearly the winner. It's another great save.
Austin has hold of the ball, and even if he doesn't want to give the ball back to to McKinnon, McKinnon's rugby tackled him. Now, if that's on the field of play, both players get booked. McKinnon's already booked, and yet there was absolutely no punishment for him. I just don't understand how he can send Austin to the stand and do nothing to McKinnon.
For me, Darian's gone across to try and get the ball back, and Austin's pulled him to the ground, which was disappointing because, like I say, that's why I'm pleased with my players, because we've kept our discipline today, which in that atmosphere and getting provoked at times the way we were, I think it was full credit to us.
And Bobby ran over to the touchline to speak to me. He was 4 yards away from me, and instead of coming over to talk to me, he stopped and said I should go over and speak and listen. I could hear him perfectly from where he was. I didn't see the point in that, unless we're just been playing children's games and trying to prove who's in charge, you know. So I just thought it was crazy, and didn't tell me why he was sending me to the stand.
Well, I was there yesterday. What a match to watch. Hard to know exactly where to start. But let's start with the first red card, shall we, Michael Stewart? Jamie Brandon shown sent off. It was actually a yellow card that he got for this, but it should have been a straight red, shouldn't it?
Yeah, I think that there can't really be too many complaints. Tom, what do you think? I don't think that's any complaints.
For me, it should have been a straight red, and I think the referee's in a great position. It's when you see this other angle and he comes down with his arm and works it from low to high. He knows exactly what he's doing. The elbow
that's a red card. You know,
should have been a red on its own.
Second yellow there, but that's a red on its own.
And he can have absolutely no complaints. And his first yellow card wasn't the best either, might you add. So there's no complaints there whatsoever.
Then this, I mean,
this is comedy. This is comedy gold.
Utterly bizarre scenes. First of all, Craig Levine sent to the stands.
Yeah, look, children's games, it's all a little bit silly, isn't it?
And that's sarcastic, and he doesn't need that at this moment in time when he's under a wee bit of pressure, not getting results. This here,
who's most to blame here? Austin McPhee or Darian McKinnon?
Really wrong for me. If anything, you know, it's a wee bit petulant from Austin, but he certainly should not have been sent to the stand. That's
quite
ridiculous.
Comical, actually.
The whole thing is comical, until the policeman gets a hold of Paul Gallagher. Then you're slightly worried for Gal. But you know, for me, it's much ado about nothing, and I actually don't think that anybody should have been, sent to the stand or sent off.
Austin shouldn't have been sent to the stand for that. And Darian McKinnon, there was no need for him to be shown a yellow card.
Paul Gallagher gets very animated.
Yeah, it does. But that's the thing, though.
But he started right out. Look.
Oh yeah, he is huckled by the police. But you heard, look at the number of bodies that are in there, and you heard Martin Cannon talking about how the atmosphere was a little bit tense at times, and you could see that with that incident after what was, as Tom said, much ado about nothing, really.
Yeah, there was a bit of a niggle throughout the game. In terms of the match, I mean, Hamilton created plenty of chances. Okay, they had more men on the pitch for a large part of the match, but John McLaughlin in the Hearts goal, Michael, without him, they might not have got a point.
Yeah, well, as the game wore on, Hamilton really started to turn up the heat, and this is a wonderful save from McLaughlin. Down low, getting it past and away from the danger area. And as I said, as the game wore on, they really started to ramp up, and that was, I thought, was going in. And then I thought the rebound was definitely going in. McLaughlin manages to get an arm up and put it over. This was on really late in the game, and you're thinking he's going to give a penalty away, but he gets to that ball. He has been a really good acquisition for Hearts, and in the last moments of the game, this one here, great save. And then you've got to mention as well, John Suter doing fantastically well to clear it. And in the end, you're thinking to yourself, Hearts have got to be thankful for a point, because that's a good point. Down to 10 men, They were struggling. Hamilton had the upper hand, and another game at home where they've not managed to win. But the point is probably a good one for them.
It's the first time Hamilton haven't been beaten in the Premiership at Tynecastle as well. So a decent point for them.
Even before all that, I mean, former Hearts winger David Templeton for Hamilton creating lots of opportunities for his side too.
Yeah, I was really impressed with Templeton. He's a great little player, technical. You see there, 1-2, getting into space. This is a fantastic ball in behind the defence. That is a great ball. One really good defending from the Hearts player to make sure that doesn't go in the back of the net. Here he picks it up and drives at the back line, puts Christoph, he manages to slip, and then he, again, driving at the Hearts defence and getting a free kick. He's got end product and he's got composure. Look here, just slipping into the space, and Hamilton can break. Dougie Imrie gets filled here in the end.
He's a player who I thought was struggling a wee bit, and that was coming back from injury, but see in the last 5 or 6 weeks, he's become one of the top players in the league in terms of creating things and having efforts in goal.
Look at this here, little checking over his shoulder, seeing where everyone is. He's got 3 players round him. He's got the awareness, just knocks it off to the side, flicks it, gets himself in and around, and he manages to get on the end of this, and another strike. He just drags this one past the post. But, David Templeton is the type of player that Hearts looking at now would probably die for. You take him back into the Hearts team. He's creative, he's got that end product in the final third, and something that the Hearts side are lacking at the moment.
Michael, we can't ignore it. You and Craig Levein have been tabloid fodder this past few days. Do you stand by your criticism?
Well, I mean, Jonathan, another thing you need to look at is the fact that, Hearts have not won in 6 games. If you want to, avoid getting criticism, you've got to win games. Hearts are a big club. Not winning a game in 6 is a poor run of form, and we know that Craig doesn't like criticism. Well, the only way that you get away from that is you win games, and at the moment, it's not happening for them, and of course I stand by it. That's 100%.